Welcome back to my class. In this question, we are required to write a basic program to list numbers from 1 to 10 and sum them up. Let's get started. Solution. We need a counter that will help us to count numbers 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Then we need a statement to print the value of the counter. That is, when the counter is 1, it should print it. When the counter is 2, it should print it. That's one. Another thing is, we need a variable that will sum the value of the counter. That is what we are going to do now. So let us start with the counter. 10. Counter is equal to what? To use a variable like counter to do something for us, it means computer should have known the value of the counter. So to start with, we need to give counter an initial value. So the initial value we are going to give it is 0. Is what? 0. So that computer will have it in the memory that the value of the counter is what? 0. So we say counter is equal to 0. Another variable we need is the sum that will help us to add the values of the counter. So we need to initialize that one too. 12. Sum is equal to 0. The next thing to do is to increment the counter. That is, to allow counter to start counting from 1. So what do we do? In that case, we say 13. Counter is equal to counter plus 1. The new counter here will sum up the values of counter and 1. But the question is, what is the initial value of counter? 0, right? So it will say 0 plus 1, which is what? 1. That 1 will be stored in this counter. It means the next time computer will see counter, it will refer to it as what? 1. The next thing is for the computer to print the value of the counter. So we say print counter. The computer will just print what? 1. So the next thing is to sum the value of counter to sum. Sum is equal to sum plus counter. What is the initial value of sum? 0, right? And the current value of counter is what? 1. 0 plus 1, 1. That 1 will be stored in sum. So the next time computer will see sum, it will refer to it as what? 1. The next thing we need to do is to increase the value of counter. So in that case, we need a statement that will return the loop back to counter is equal to counter plus 1. This is the essence of using the statement number. So in this case, we can write 16 if counter is less than 10, then if counter is less than 10, don't forget the counter is increasing, right? So now we want to increment the counter based on condition. That is, if that counter is less than 10, it means we have to add 1 to it. So that is what this statement will do for us now. If counter is less than 10, then what statement number line? 13, right? Computer will see this 13 and understand that it is a statement number. On the condition that the counter is less than 10, it will return the loop to line number 13. And what we have there, counter is equal to counter plus 1. Don't forget, what's the last value of counter? 1. So it will just say counter now is equal to counter plus 1. The last value of counter is what? 1. 1 plus 1, 2. The next time computer will see counter, it will refer to it as 2. So in the next line, we say print counter. What is our current value of counter? 2, right? Now, Sum is equal to sum plus counter. What is the current value of sum? 1, right? 1 plus 2, 3. 3 will be stored in sum. So now, the next time computer will see sum, it will refer to it as 3. The next line says, if counter is less than 10, then 13. Our current value of counter is 3, so it is less than 10. The program flow will go back to line 13. Counter is equal to counter plus 1. The current value of counter 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 will be stored in counter. Print counter, it will print 3. Sum is equal to sum plus counter. Don't forget our current value of sum. It is what? 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 will be stored in sum. The next time computer will see sum, it will refer to it as what? 6. This is how it will continue until the value of counter is not less than 10. Do we understand? Now, let's say our current value of counter is 9. Okay? When counter is 9, so it will mean counter is equal to counter. By that time, I said our counter is what? 9. 9 plus 1, 10. 10 will be stored in counter. Print counter, it will print 10. Sum is equal to whatever be the last value of sum will be here, plus counter, which is what? 10. 10 plus whatever we have here will be stored in sum. Now, if counter is less than 10, because at that level counter is not less than 10, then the next statement will be executed. What is the next statement? It's just to stop our program. That's it. As usual, I'm going to type this program in our Liberty Basic compiler to run it and see if it actually works. Now let's move to the PC. Welcome to my PC. I have typed this program exactly the way I explained it on the board. But while I was explaining on the board, I forgot to print the value of sum. That is what I put here after this conditional statement. The statement is print sum of 1 to 10 is sum. Then end. Now let me run it. I will click on this run button and the program will be run. Let's run it now. We can now see that numbers 1 to 10 are printed and added up here. Because we use the string sum of 1 to 10 is equal to sum. That is why you can see sum of 1 to 10 is equal to 55. Don't forget to like my video, share to other people, and subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified when my new video is out. Thank you very much and meet me in the next class.